and forever you will be my girl. You do not bless me. I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. You do not bless me.
Wasn't a joke. He rose from the dead cause I broke the yoke. Now I'm free indeed. This is my victory, I'm living in it to see. I'm not the one I used to be. God's loving me has set me free. The chains are broken, the storm is over. Now I can lift my hands and praise Jehovah. It's been a long time coming. God's love, the source of my money. God is big, can't do anything. If I did it for you, I can do it for you. Come on.
I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. You do not bless me. I saw you love me. Look at myself, your love is all I see. Great is thy faithfulness, oh God. I can't deny your love for me. Almighty God, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. Hey, you do not bless me. I saw you love me. You do not bless me. I saw you love me. My life is not the same again. Now everything I go give you papa. You shed your blood on the cross for me. Now everything I go give you papa. Welcome again. You do not bless me. You do not bless me. You do not bless me. I saw you love me. You do not bless me. You do not bless me. You do not bless me. I saw you love me.
It's your one and only Franklin Edwards.
Good God Almighty.
Love with records.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Nemo Blaze.
trendybeats.com.
You my provider.
might throw me in a pit inside the fire. You are my God and my King and my Father. Light to my path in the darkness, hope in my heart when they heartless. Father, you reach out and call us. You're the lover of my soul, love is flawless. They don't understand my God is keeping me high, I know they go low. Cause me, I know they so low. That's my joy when I'm my body. Get to my let me go. You are joy, you're my provider. Yeah, you're my provider. You are joy, you're my provider. You're my provider. Yeah, I'll be content in every circumstance.
Hi guys, good evening everybody, all families, friends, followers on social platforms. This is Global Sounds Record and it's Motivate Me Monday. We're back in session guys. How are you doing? It's the beginning of the week, so how are you feeling? How's the week like working for you? How was today like? For me it was amazing. I didn't start so early, but I think I achieved as much as I wanted to for today. So you guys let me know how your day has been so far and what are your expectations, your goals for the week. It's Motivate Me Monday with your wonderful me host, Nanaya. And today I've got a surprise for you, but I'll tell you later in the show.
Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa, carry the sun.
Okay guys, it's Motivate Me Monday and today's theme is fuel your fire, find your why. Fuel your fire and find your why. I mean, just look for that thing that makes you burn, that creates this fire within you, this hunger. You know, that thing that when you keep doing it, it gives you so much joy, so much happiness. You know, you look forward to like amazing things you can do, the prospect that thing has for you, the conversions you can have. Let us speak some marketing terms, the ROI into it. You get, it's not always about the money, it's about the joy you find in doing what you do. And today, remember, is Motivate Me Monday, and I did promise last week that I would have a special guest on set, and luckily I was able to drag him on set today. Yay! And we have in the studio Raphael King himself of Global Sounds Record, Global Sounds Radio, Nigeria and Ghana. In a short while, we'll have him on set, and we'll get him to tell us his story, tell us how it was for him starting Global Sounds Record, from where he started, what really pushed him into it, the energy, the fire that pushed him, that was burning in him, that got him here. So these are the things we're going to look out to hear from Global Sounds himself. Remember, I said something last week. It doesn't have to be something really exquisite. You can just start for something that really makes you happy and pushes you. And you know, at the end of the day, it's all about your peace. It's all about your joy. That thing that excites you. That thing that keeps you moving. And don't forget, today's theme is what? For your what? I hope somebody said something in the comment section. And find your why.
The future has come.
The future is not a time zone that is yet to come. The future is everything that we can be but have not yet become. The future is everything that we can do but have not yet done. The future is here, the future is now. So go ahead and deliver the future. Because you can. Because you must. Together we win.
Remember, this is Global Sounds Radio, and if you're looking at doing some vox pop, doing some talk shows, you want your adverts online, you want someone to manage the social medias for you, if you want to run if you want an artist manager, you want to do some vocal trainings, Global Sounds Record has a lot to offer for you. So do not hesitate to call the number on your screen, sliding across on the caller below me. And also you can call or WhatsApp 0203107739. Pardon me, your WhatsApp 0203107739, and we'll take your bookings. Booking slots are open for July. Remember, it's the last day in the month of June. Wow, guys, it's already the end of the first half of 2025. Can you imagine? I just did crossover just yesterday, and here I am today. I'm super excited for what the next half have for me. Okay, so before we bring Global Sounds Radio in the studio, let's all listen to some small jam to get us going while he sets us down.
I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Hey, we make a miracle.
Yes, it's Motivate Me Monday with your nerdy favorite host, Nenaya, my humble self. Remember, Motivate Me, we say what? Start small, dream loud. Start small, dream loud. And today's slogan is fuel your fire, find your why. Fuel your fire, find your why. Charlie, pour fire for that thing. Pour fuel for that thing. Make it make on fire. Make it burn. That's it. So welcome to Motivate Me Monday with me, and we have in the studio Raphael King of Global Sounds Record.
Every heart, I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Hey,
Okay. Hi Raphael, how are you doing this amazing Monday evening?
Good evening. It's a privilege to be here today. Thank you, Ms. Host. Thank you very much.
Well, you're usually in the studio, just behind the scene. Today we cut your camera. Okay, so everyone who, if you do not know, this is the brain, the engine, the gbogbo of the gbogbos behind Global Sounds Record. The father who bettered it, the son who groomed it, the pikin wey carry am for head, and we are just the people where they enjoy the effort from him. Welcome again to Motivate Me Monday, Raphael.
Thank you very much.
So last week I had an episode where it was my pioneer episode where I talked about starting small, and I did also talk about how I have come, and so far I have come, and how it has been, and it's just been God's grace. And I also mentioned that I was going to drag you into the studio one day, and well, yeah, here you are. And I just want our viewers, our followers, even our friends who do not really know much about you, I'm sure some persons know you by name but don't really know so much about you, would like to know a little about you, a little about Global Sounds Record and how it started, just so people understand what it is.
Yeah. Once again, thank you for this privilege. Global Sound is the dream of a man but the collective effort of everyone. Global Sound Records started in a very small room back then in a state called Ekiti. What triggered me, what triggered Global Sounds Records was I have interest in having a radio station. There was a day we came back from school. Then I was still studying my course at Federal Polytechnic, Ado Ekiti. Then I happened to be the governor of my class. So because of this, I have a lot of classmates that come to my hostel room after class. They come to chill, play, we do things together. So on this fateful day, my deputy, I took him along with myself. We stayed together. So before he came to school, he already had this knowledge of bringing one or two things together to make sound. So he's into this electronic technology. So he normally brings things together to make amplifier. So there was a day he made an amplifier. So I was just testing the amplifier if it is producing a very good sound. So he plugged a microphone to that amplifier. I just took the microphone. I just hello 1 2 sound check. And that thing just came. Do you know you can own a radio station?
Wow.
So I was like, a radio station. Okay, I'll have a radio station. I thought of it the first day, the second day, the third day, and the interest was coming. I was developing that interest of owning a radio station. And as at then, my uncle, I won't mention his name on here. My uncle is, let me say, the director, or let me use the word manager. Is the manager for Radio Nigeria, and at the same time one of the directors in NTA. So back then, before I gained admission into Federal Polytechnic, when I was still in primary school and secondary school, I used to go to this my uncle for holidays. So once in a while he takes me to his workplace, especially at NTA in Abuja. So he normally takes me to the live studio where they do the live broadcasting and all that. So I used to see, but back then I don't have intention. I don't even know what is called broadcasting. Sure, you understand? But because I know I have an uncle that is into that line, when I conceived this idea of having a radio station, I called him. Sir, I want to have a radio station. Is it possible? You see, his first response, really, it discouraged me a lot.
Oh.
It discouraged me a lot. He said, do I have 10 million naira?
Wow.
I was like, 10 million naira.
And that was like how many years ago?
We're talking about 9-10 years ago now.
9-10 years ago. Hey! Then let me say what I'm thinking. Please go on. Please go on.
He said, do you have 10 million naira? I said, sir, I don't have 10 million naira. He said, do you have a building of your own? I was like, sir, these things you are saying now, they are discouraging. He said, because before you can think of having a radio station, you should have a building of your own where you can have your live studio. Then 10 million naira at least for license. Because if you try it in one way or the other and you start live streaming, if they get you, you are going to prison. I was like, prison bawu. This was what he told me then. So I lost interest, but he discovered that my interest was dying. So he just told me that I can develop my skill in music production. By then, when I grew up, as time goes on, if God helps me, then I can now enlarge, I can expand, and into the future, I cannot think of having my own broadcasting stuff. So that's then I thought of the name Global Sound Technology.
Global Sound Tech.
That was the name I gave to the studio then. So that is that for now. Let me stop there. Thank you very much.
You want to give us the full gist before I ask my question? Okay. Apparently, it seems like before you started Global Sounds, when the idea was birthed in you, you got some discouragement. So I have a question for you. And my question is, were there any fears or doubts at the beginning? I mean, how did you, because you said your uncle asked you, do you have 10 million naira? I mean, someone who is in school and trying to figure himself out, asking if you have 10 million, Mama, where you going to carry gun? I mean, but I want to know, were there fears and how did you push through those fears?
Thank you very much. Of course, there was a very big fear. But because of what he said last, that I can develop my skill in music production, I said, okay. The room I was staying in, there was a copper occupying the room next to my room. At that period of time, the service of the copper was over. So I woke up to my landlord. So I want to take this room. I want to use it for this, I want to use it for that. He agreed with me. So I gave him half payment of that room. So I started the studio there. But I could remember where I got the greatest fear.
Okay.
I did banner, I did flyer, and God helped me. Do you know what God helped me? God helped me with?
What?
Publicity.
Publicity.
Because I was the governor of my department, and in school I was very famous.
Hey, the well-known people.
Yeah, I was very famous.
Them gang.
So Global Sound Technology spread within the twinkling of an eye.
Wow.
So the first person that came to record a song in Global Sound Technology, oh my God, this guy gave me a very bad experience of my life that I can never forget.
What was the experience?
I did the song for him,
Okay.
but when he came to listen to the song, he told me he's coming back home. I said, okay, no problem. Then I took 10,000 naira from him for that song. But on his return, you wouldn't want to know what happened though. He gathered boys.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out of me
My God.
because of a poor mixing. They beat the hell out of me. They scattered my studio. They broke my flat screen. It was only my system that they left untouched. It was a very bad experience. It was my landlady that came to my rescue, because those guys were the cultists on campus there.
Oh.
So there was nobody to report to, nobody to tell. I just swallowed everything. I took everything as my fate.
So sorry to interject. Was it that you didn't really know so much about mixing and know how to be like what do you call them? Sound engineers, am I correct, or something?
Yeah.
And how to go about all this audio mixing and producing, right, music.
Yes.
Is it that you didn't really have idea before you went there? Because personally, I'm one who do not know how to take like leaps. If I don't feel comfortable in what I want to do, I sometimes hesitate to take that step, right? I wouldn't like to do it. But from what you say, it's like you had like some small percentage of knowledge about the thing, but you just said, "Let me do it. I'll do it." Was that what you had in mind when you went to do it?
You see, during this time, I did a little hard. That in the hard I wrote, producer is needed in a studio.
Okay.
If you are interested in managing a studio. Call this number. Many producers called me, thinking maybe I'm one Babalaye that has one big studio. But there was this faithful man. His name is Polymath. Polymath.
Polymath.
Yeah,
Okay.
his name is Polymath. Polymath came, but with the way Polymath spoke to me, I agreed to work with Polymath. So I now told him, sir, I want to do a music studio. I want you to teach me how to produce. Polymath has not finished teaching me. In fact, I've not learnt anything before I put out banner that I'm not a producer. Before that guy came to beat me with his friends. So Polymath taught me in a way. But yeah, that reminds me. Before Polymath taught me, that my uncle,
I want to ask you about that uncle.
that my uncle, he introduced me to an engineer that taught me music production.
Okay.
He's a white man.
Okay.
He's a white man. He taught me music production. That my uncle paid for the course. So that white man, I've never seen him before. But everything he taught me still stays here.
Okay, Alpha, not to interrupt you, but apparently you've got into a section I was going to ask you afterwards. So since you're already there, so you flow with your story. Did you have like funds, like personal funds? Like you said, your uncle paid for you to study. So aside from your uncle, did you have like other funds from like relatives, friends who had your dream?
I told you back then I was the governor of my class.
Yeah.
Class due, assignment dues, all those kind of. I was making a lot of money. A lot of money. In fact, back then there are some students that they don't like coming to school. All they need was a certificate. So they pay for assignment. They pay for attendance. So all these things, I was a big boy. I got money to. I told you that when I conceived the idea, I paid half of the rent without stress.
Disclaimer to my audience listening. Please do not say you should go and start doing attendance and collecting money. At that time, when I felt for me did not know God. Forgive me. So that's for our younger audience listening, because I have seen that I have like some younger audience who have checked or joined on Facebook. So for our younger audience listening, we do not encourage you to do the wrong thing. Just bear in mind, I'm sure there's more to the story behind these things he's saying. It's just that we do not have time to go in depth. But don't, just so you know, I was going to say this at the end of the show, but I'm going to say it now. If you really need to have like a one-on-one interaction and coaching with Raphael King, he's available on certain occasions, on certain days, and that will be communicated at the end of the show. Okay, please, Raphael, you can go.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So as I was saying, I was a big boy then, so I had money to run with. But everybody around me contributed to it, because I could remember my first speaker monitor. My dad got it for me.
Wow, thank you, Dad.
I just told Dad, I wanted a speaker for my studio, blah blah blah. I was disturbing this man. I didn't allow him to rest. So that fateful evening, he just called me after work. He said I should come and meet him in Adebayo. That was in Adekiti. No, I called him. I said that I saw one speaker in Adebayo. Those people used to put those speakers by the roadside.
Okay.
It was a nice studio speaker. So I took my dad there. But when they called the price, I was like, I don't do. So we carry this man come. I was thinking that speaker could not cost much, something less than 30,000, 40,000. But that speaker cost more than 100,000.
Wow. And that got it for you?
That got me two of it.
Wow.
That evening.
Thank you, Daddy Ajayi.
With that speaker, everybody that saw that speaker in my studio then, that speaker was an encouragement for them to come.
Because you're like high tech and all that, right?
It was an encouragement for them to come. So we put everything together, small. It was getting better, the day was getting brighter, the future was giving more assurance. And look at where we are today.
Yeah.
We can't say all the story here today because it's a very long, it's a season film. It's a season film. We can't finish all the talk here today. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just wonderful hearing that your dad supported your dream. I'm gonna put this out there for any parent listening, potential parent, or maybe like you're an auntie, an uncle, you have little cousins, nephew, nieces, or you have a younger sibling who's kind of like dependent on you or something. It's wherever you can help their dreams, wherever you can help them. Daddy Ajayi took $200,000 and paid for two was it speaker? What was it, audio mix or speaker? What was that?
Yeah, it's a audio monitor.
Audio monitor. Yeah, to support his son's dream. And I'm sure that was not what we were studying in school, but it was a passion, right? It wasn't like we were studying musicology, was what they call it.
No.
Oh,
I wasn't
producing.
studying it. It was just a passion. It was a passion. But everything lies on my dad, because when I was a little child, he used to buy me piano. So that piano gave me access and exposure into music.
Okay, and then developed your interest.
And I developed it, yeah.
Nice.
At the time, I went for music school. That was after my engineering course at Florida Federal Polytechnic. I went to a music school at Ondo. The music school is at Akungba, Akoko. That was in Ondo State. Yeah, I went for my music diploma there. So it's really helped me to add up to the little knowledge I have about music. So
Okay, so the second part to the question I asked you about funds here, were there any like creative hustle that was involved? You know, being a producer, I told us that those boys came to beat you up because, well, you didn't do such a good job. So like, were there times where you had to like hustle to get these ideas, or just that because you got a training from the white man who helped you? Was that the only training you got, or did you like
no.
push
That
further?
was not only the training. Like I said, I had Polymath.
Yes, Polymath.
Polymath taught me a lot.
Can we give a shout out to Polymath?
Ma?
Can we give a shout out to Polymath?
Of course.
Big shout out to Polymath from Global Sounds Record Ghana. Our able producer, Oga Patapata of GSR Ghana, says that you were one of the big supporters, and we do not forget our origins, where we come from. We don't forget those who give us the support. So a big shout out to you, sir.
Yeah, I had Polymath then, and I didn't relent on Polymath alone, because Polymath was more of a gospel producer.
Okay, and you went to go versatile.
Me, I want to do hip hop. I want to do all these kasa. So Polymath was more of gospel vibe. So I wanted to learn how to do instrumental. So that's where I went further. But Polymath gave me the elementary foundation of FS Studio. FS Studio is the software we use in doing instrumental. Every producer listening to me now, they know FS Studio. So Polymath also taught me how to use Cubase. Cubase, yeah. My boss, the white man, taught me how to use Garage. Garage. He taught me how to use Garage, Samplitude. There's this other software. He taught me 3 software: Garage, Samplitude, and Audacity.
Audacity.
Yes, Audacity. That's the name of the software. Samplitude, Garage, and Audacity. Yeah, the Garage software is mostly used by the white people. Yeah, but Polymath also Audacity. Yeah, so that is that about that. And I moved close to some producers. I also learned some other things online. And after all this course, I also went back to, I had a boss. His name is Mr. Ajayi Ogwayo. Yeah, Ogwayo. I learned technical engineering from Ogwayo. He's the one who taught me how to, because he's a musician. He has a band. And in his band, he controls his sound system by himself.
Wow.
So I was a packer for him.
A packer?
Yes.
What does a packer do?
Anytime Ogwayo has a show, what the packer does is, we load the vehicle, we pack all the instruments, the speaker, the drums into the vehicle. The vehicle will move. We will stay at the back of the vehicle. No matter how far the distance it is, we travel on the back of the truck. Then when we get to the event center, we bring it down. Guy will tell her, put this one there, put this one, put there. He will do the connection. So while he was doing the connections, I was studying him. I was studying him, but he did not know. Yeah, so I learned a lot from him. God bless Ogwayo for me.
God bless you, Mr.
Ogwayo. Mr. Ajayi.
Mr. Ajayi Ogwayo.
Yeah. So a day came, I told him, sir, please, I want to be playing shakers. We call it shekere. Yeah. In English, it is called shakers. So I was playing shekere for Ogwayo. At the same time, I was developing my keyboard skill. Ogwayo is a Catholican. I could remember sometimes he would call me to go and cover up for him in his church because he was the choir master of his church. He would tell me to go and play piano in his church. But one day, in a show, somebody disappointed him. That was the keyboardist he invited for that show. So he couldn't get any choice than me playing. So I did all I can to make sure that I satisfy him. I played everything I know on that piano, but he wasn't satisfied because he's a musicologist.
Yeah.
If I play smart, he will look back. You know how these people, you will be uncomfortable. What do you want to play again? If you try to impress him again, he will try. Sure, you understand? You can never please him. There's nothing you want to play that you can please Ogwayo. But as time goes on, I just thank God. That Ogwayo now became my artist when I had my studio.
Wow. Wow.
I could remember a time when he came, he said, are you the owner of this studio or you are managing it? I said, I'm the owner. I said, that's good. I want to do a beat that I can use on my shows. Can you do this? Can you do this? I did some beat for him that he uses for his show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so all thanks to Ogwayo as well.
Okay, Raphael, this is so beautiful to hear. Like, your story is so amazing. I know you're trying to like dance, and you don't want to give us the into, even though we like to know the full details. Anyways, like I said, guys, Raphael is available if you need like coaching and all that from him. If you'd like to also try to engage with him one-on-one, he's available on select days. So just kindly WhatsApp 0203107731. 0203107739, sorry, 0203107739. If you're a foreign listener, just add +233207739, okay, and WhatsApp, and you can put a title there saying one-on-one with Raphael, and we would schedule or book a session for you where you can have discussions with him.
You are all that matters. Nanya mana sasa. What would I live for if I don't have you in my life? What would I gain if you take the Holy Ghost? What would I become of me if I didn't see your light? What would I be said of me if you didn't hold my hand? Now I've come to realize that you are all I have. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. Hey! I'll put you in front of my melody. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. I'll make room for two. I'll make room for two. You and I, Jesus. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. Is it the house or is it?
Okay, guys, it's Motivate Me Monday with your personal person on the side, favorite nerd, Nenaya, my humble self. And of course, we have Raphael King in the studio. Hey, Raphael. Okay, so before we went on our short break, I do apologize for not stating that we're going on a short break. Before I went on our short break, Raphael was telling us about his journey. Pardon me, I'll call him Raphael King. Raphael King was telling us about his journey and how Global Sound birthed. Like I said last week, I decided to have him on show because his journey is amazing. I have spent time with Raphael King, and I have heard him. He has shared his story with me, not all the story, because I'm still getting more and more. But like I've gotten to hear a lot from Raphael about his journey and about Global Sounds Record and where Global Sounds Record is supposed to go to. Like this is just the starting point, right, Raphael? This is just the starting point. So having said that, another question for you. You know now. Okay, another question for you. So we now know that Global Sounds Records started in Nigeria. It says Ekiti, right? Now we are in Ghana. I am in Ghana, right? And here we are saying Global Sounds Record Ghana. So I want you to also quickly take us through your journey in Ghana, how it was, because I know moving from one point to another point, expanding can't always be so easy. So I'd like you to just tell us about Ghana and its journey, like in a few minutes. Just tell us how Ghana is.
That's another long story.
we know, right?
That's a very, very long story.
Yeah, but just let us know. We're curious to know.
I had interest in coming to Ghana some years ago. Let me say 2 years ago.
How long have you been in Ghana?
Just a year and few months, maybe a year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
A year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months. Hey!
So I had interest in coming to Ghana, so I met a girl online.
He met a girl online.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this girl said she has been streaming my songs on my website.
Okay.
That she likes my production. That she has a brother. That her brother is also into music, but he's suffering from the hand of Ghana producers.
So no offense to Ghana producers. It was just someone's feedback to
he
him.
He said they are not giving. His brother is a Nigerian, but he has been in Ghana all his life. So the Nigerian groove is not getting it from the Ghana producers.
Okay.
So this girl was now telling me that, please, can I work with with her brother? I said, that is, if your brother can host me, then give me some change, I will come over. He said, okay, we'll talk to her brother. So the conversation began. His brother gained interest. He spoke to me. We started chatting, and we picked a date. He said I should come over from Lagos. His brother stays in Asamankesi, eastern region of Ghana. So I left Nigeria on this fateful day, on the 3rd of March. On the 3rd of March. We are in 2025 right now.
Yes.
That is 3rd of March 2023. Was that 2023 or 2024?
You said 1 year and some months.
Yeah.
So that's like 2024. 2023.
Yeah, 2023. 3rd of March 2023.
You sure? Or 2024? I think 2024.
Really?
Mr. Jai, you let us know. We don't know. If it's
So I left. I went straight to Asamankesi. When I got to Asamankesi, I was discouraged that God, wait till I find this place.
Little interruption to his story.
I left Lagos. I came to this kind of place. I was discouraged, but this man accommodated me. We started.
The brother of the sister.
The brother of that lady. We started. I did like, let me say, 15 tracks, 15 master tracks for this guy. He was happy. People started knowing him in Eastern region. I wouldn't want to mention his name. People started knowing him. If there was there is this pub at Asamankesi, it's called Diamond Pub. He was recognized in Diamond Pub. All the musicians in Eastern region, the likes of Diego Vibes, the likes of Mackenzie, the likes of BB, the likes of many artists like that, they came to my studio. Before they came to my studio, I stayed with that guy for like, let me say, 3 weeks to 1 month. I got my own place. So I started little by little. Then I had just one bench, students mattress. My system was on the floor. My speaker, my studio monitor, everything was on the floor there.
You're starting small.
Yeah, like going back again.
Like you're going back.
Charlie. When some people come, they'll be like, to them, it's just like this guy just finished production training,
like
just they try. Yeah. So I was like, God, help me. Now money I go, at least now money I go gather. I need to gather money to leverage, to level up, so that people can know that. Because I discovered something in Ghana. Even if you are not good at what you are doing, but when they see you, when they see your equipment, they believe that you are the best. That is it for them. But God has His way of doing things. God now opened their ears to listen to my productions. They were not like, oh boy, what do they do? You sure say inside this place they do. So that gave them a kind of worry. Like, this guy with this kind of setup, his sound, it debut. So God helped me.
Wait, you're saying sound. Did you move with equipment from Nigeria?
I brought some equipment from Nigeria. Just brought some movable equipment. Like 2 speakers, a system, my sound card, my microphone. That's just it. And we're good to go. So that was the way it all started here in Ghana. And on a fateful day, I did something for somebody that came from Accra, and the person uploaded it on Facebook. And some Nigerian musicians that are in Ghana was like, who did this song? Then the owner of the song said, he's a Nigerian guy. He just came. Where is he? Asamankesi. He carried all this talent to that bush. So they were like, okay, can he squat for somebody for the meantime? Then maybe when he gets money, he can get his own place, because here he will get the customers he needs. But in that place, it will take him a very long time before he can make it. So blah blah blah, everything happened. I came down to Accra. I stayed with Broshio. God bless Broshio. Yeah, Broshio accommodated me.
Shout out to Broshio. God bless Broshio.
Yeah,
we know Broshio. God bless Broshio.
Broshio accommodated me, and we started from there at Teshi Nungwa.
Teshi Nungwa.
Yeah, that's the name that the area Broshio stays there and it's called. So God opened the way. We got our way into Desire of Nation by Bro Charles. God bless Bro Charles.
God bless Bro Charles.
Yeah. One thing led to the other. We became a member of Desire of Nation.
You mean when you say Desire of Nation, like a church?
Desire of Nation is Redeemed Christian Church of God in Accra. People call it East Legon, but it's not in East Legon. But they categorize it as a part of East Legon. It is around along Nana Chrome Road. When you're coming from Arjingano School Junction, then Nana Chrome. It's a straight road that leads to Gate. Yeah. So we became a church member at RCCG Desire of Nations, and that's where we both are till today. So it's a very long story. There are some things I won't like to say on here. One thing lead to the other. God helped me. I met a wonderful lady.
Hey, but I have meeting ladies.
I met a wonderful lady that God really used for me to help me a lot. Yeah. I'm going to keep that to myself for now. When it is time, we're going to open that chapter for you people to hear. Thank you very much. I'm going to drop it there for now.
Thank you, Raphael. It's amazing hearing your story. We always say this, it doesn't matter how little, just start. And Raphael had just given us a perfect example, which was one of the reasons why I said I needed him on set. I told him that day, I said, I'm going to have you on set. Even today, I texted him and told him that today I'm going to interview you. Like, I said, I thought I was going to interview him, and his reaction was, But for someone who has had time to interact with him and spend time like doing music videos and all, I got to know that his story is just a lot. Like we said, we can't put all out on air. So if you need to have a one-on-one with Raphael King, just send a WhatsApp to 0203107739, 0203107739, and put there one-on-one with Raphael as a title, and we would fix a day, as he's only available on select days. Okay guys, it motivates me Monday with your humble host Nenaya. And don't forget our team is what? Start small, dream loud. Start small, dream loud. And today's slogan is fuel your fire, find your why. Actually, this is this week's slogan. Fuel your fire. Pour it kerosene, pour it petrol, pour it diesel, pour whatever it needs to ignite. Look for us, what they call it, accelerant or something, right? English people out there. Pour it there, strike that matches, let it burn. Find your why and let it burn. And we have Raphael King. He's the founder and the big brains and the executor and the manager, and they're all in all. Basically, I'm sure he has God as his overall, but then he's also a co-founder with God of Global Sounds Records Studio. Having said that, we are going to go back to Raphael now. We have our final 2 questions for him, and we call the show an end this evening. So, Raphael, the question to you now is this: Raphael King. Raphael King, the question to you now is: what's been your biggest challenge running a record label in Ghana and Nigeria? And would like to know, just as a kind of like a motivation for those listening and those who would listen afterwards, your proudest moment so far.
Thank you. This is the most important thing to me, this question. I've been praying that you should ask.
We're getting there.
My biggest challenge is finance. Though God has been faithful. God has been faithful. God has been really, really faithful. But my biggest challenge is finance. It is not easy. The Ghanaians still believe that you are in Nigeria, and they still believe that you can't give them that very thing they wish. Though you might do it if they give you that chance, and it's better than what they are doing out there. But you see, the competition here is not like that, or it's not like that in Nigeria. And the music industry in Ghana is not demanding. There's no request for it. There's no like Nigeria, music is everywhere. Music is life. But in Ghana, music is a choice.
Is that a personal opinion on an observation?
No, it's an observation, and I think this observation of mine is same thing in the heart of most musicians. Even the musicians of Ghana, their fans, their listeners, and most of them are Nigerians. Yeah. People that do music in Ghana here, most of their listeners, their fans are Nigerians. And as far as I'm concerned, with the little knowledge I know, there are some artists here in Ghana that travel as far as Nigeria to record their songs.
All the way to Nigeria?
Yes.
Wow.
To record their songs. master, and come back. Though we are still praying to God for promotion, so that we can be discovered. Though we are doing our own part, the manpower, the man part. That's why I said finance has been the biggest challenge. She gets at least to run a Google hard that will go across all areas, all regions. It is not peanuts, it is finance. Though we are working towards it, and we know God will continue to help us. The Bible says work and pray. We are working and we are praying, and we know that God is going to perfect everything.
Amen. God will perfect it all in His time. So the part B of my question was your proudest moment so far. We understand their challenges, but I'm sure there are other wins you have, like you'd like to share, even if it's just one or two moments you've had so far, especially in Ghana here. Just tell us, what's the proudest moment being in Ghana?
Moment. The moment I've had in Ghana so far, it has never been pleasant to. For the past few months, a year and few months that I've been here, to be frank, I know it will soon become palatable. But my sister, when I came to East Legon, the house that I was staying, myself a brochure, it was water, flood that pursued us from that house.
I'm sorry for laughing.
Flood took us, like, when an area is flooded, and the level of the flood is the ceiling of the house.
No, the whole house.
The whole house.
Wow.
There's no living animal that survived in that area. People park their cars at night, and when they wake up in the morning, they couldn't find their cars. Flood carried their cars to places. So how much me? My equipment, my sister, everything drank water. Only the little ones I can get out of the place. There are many bad experiences like that we cannot be saying on air here.
Yeah, but there should be something you're happy for, else you wouldn't still be here, would you?
Something like what?
Something like you're happy for, something that has still made you stay.
Yeah. Something I'm happy for, like I said the other time, there is this young lady, a very beautiful lady, vibrant lady, God-fearing lady that I met, that I said I'm not going to reveal that yet. You see, for that lady, it's a forever encouragement for me. Another thing that I am happy about is I found myself in a house of God where there is God, a living church, where I pray to God and God answers my prayer. That's another plus for me. Another thing is that I'm in Ghana. I know there's something I am very sure of, which is my talent, the skills I have acquired. I know people like me are not common. It will just take time for people that needs me to locate me. I am very sure of that. I am happy for that because I know people like me are not common in Ghana here. It is not common. And I know that with time, with the help of God, I'll be located, I'll be visible, I'll be seen, I'll be discovered, and that will bring more joy than
Amen.
now. Amen.
May God help you. Okay, so just before we wrap up the show, a quick last final question before Raphael leaves the studio. If someone is listening today, for someone who has a dream but feels stuck, what would you tell them?
Thank you very much. If you have a dream and you feel stuck, family fail to help, friends fail to help. It's only God who is the God of man. put all trust in him, he will use man for you. If you put your trust in man, man will fail you. But when you put your trust in God, he will use man for you. He will put your love in the heart of men, and men will rise to favor you.
True.
Even parents, it is not mandatory that I give birth to a child and the child must favor me or must have mercy on me or must take care of me when the child is of age. It is only when God has put the favor of such parents in the heart of such a child, before that child can remember that, oh, I want to do this for my parents, I want to do this for my dad, for my mom. So that's applicable to you. If nobody is assisting you, if nobody is there for you, don't lose hope. Just go to God. God sees it all. He sees it all. Are you stuck? Whatever you are doing today that you feel stuck, you feel not progressing, please, I will beseech you to go to God. Go to God. Make a one-on-one talk with God. But make sure you are legit. That's another thing. Because our God is not like this. Make sure that thing you're doing and you're seeking God's favor on is a legit thing. Having it been a legit thing, just go to him, talk to him. God, if you do this for me, if you do this for me, I will do this. God is a God of covenant. Before I am here today, it is every covenant at every step. God, if you do this, I will do this. If you do this, I will do this. And it is another thing to make a promise and to fulfill it. When you make a promise and the fulfillment came, the fulfillment came. To actually redeem that promise, it is very hard. So you have to be disciplined in that area when that time comes. When you get to that bridge, you have to be disciplined to be able to cross. Because redeeming what you pledge is an examination to the next elevation.
Redeem what you pledge.
Yeah. So that is it. Don't lose hope. The sun is still shining and it can still dry your wet clothes. Don't lose hope. Yeah, that is what I can say.
The sun is still shining, people, and it can still dry that wet clothes. Do not lose hope. Thank you, Raphael. It's been amazing having you in the studio. We can't tell you how grateful we are that you took time out of your busy behind the scenes schedule to join us on air today. So before we round up, we'll just quickly play a short music and we call it an end to the show. Okay guys, it's Motivate Me Monday with my humble self, Naya, and today we had Raphael King in our studio, and he told us a story about how Global Sounds Record was birthed. We thought it best to start with a pioneer of Motivate Me Monday and basically to kick off with his story. And it was an amazing time today. I'm sure we've all learned a lot. If you know you just joined and we're actually wrapping up the show, quickly just go to our social platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, and you can also download the video to watch as well. So it's literally the end of the show. A big shout out to everyone who has followed us. A big shout out to everyone who has joined, and some word of encouragement also from Engineer Olaban G. And also we saw some words from Isaac Abel and Aderoju Adeni. Pardon me if I don't pronounce your name very well. Also a big shout out to Olubisi Akinloye, who says, nice program, love you guys. We love you too. We love all our followers. Thank you so much. We have Olataruwa Abimbola. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it well, Abimbola, we really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. We love you too. And Tiana Oluwole, a big shout out to you too. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to us to hear from you, to see your feedback. Don't forget, it's Motivate Me Monday, and tomorrow we have the True Talk. We're sorry we couldn't go live on Tuesday last week, but we promise not to disappoint this week, and we'll give you the True Talk show tomorrow on Global Sounds Radio. Having said that, just a quick take home for everyone who is listening and those who would listen. Every big name we admire, every brand we follow, every moment that moves us started with someone who was unsure, someone who was afraid or broke. Like Raphael said, there was no funds. There's still no funds, but we keep pushing. We move, right? So every moment that moves us started with someone who was unsure, someone who was afraid or broke. But this person still showed up. You do not need all the answers to begin. You just need the courage to take one step. Maybe you're scared, maybe you're doubting yourself like I was. I used to doubt myself. In fact, I'm very, very camera shy, super camera shy, but yeah, I am sitting down in front of a camera. And then maybe you are scared and you doubt your capabilities. Start anyway. Just take the step. Take the leap of faith. You know, like Raphael said, he went to the studio and did what he wanted to do. They came to beat him. That was a downside, but yeah, it was still a stepping stone to where he is today. So start with shaking hands. If you're nervous, make the nervous laugh. And if you're wobbling your confidence, still start. With every try, you grow stronger. With every try, you get better. That dream in your heart, it deserves a chance to live. So today, take the step. One small move could change everything. It's Motivate Me Monday. Thank you very much for your time, guys. Don't forget, it is what? For your fire, find your wife. Thank you so much. See you next week, guys.
Shout of praise.
Hallelujah.